Errol Barnett, CBS News at LaGuardia Airport.
Our Nick Mantis is in for Audrey tonight with a look at sports. And Nick, the Detroit Tigers had fun at the ballpark today.
Yeah, Siobhan, it's good to see, and it's exciting when you see the Tigers offense come alive the last couple of days in which they have. We're going to hear what A.J. Hinch has to say about it. Plus, the Michigan Wolverines found out where they're going to be playing in the regionals of the NCAA tournament. We're going to fill you in on all the details when we come back.
This is the 6 Sports Desk.
You can't have Memorial Day without America's favorite pastime. The Detroit Tigers started a new series against the Minnesota Twins this afternoon after they won the weekend series against the Cleveland Guardians yesterday thanks to 2 solo home runs, and all of a sudden it's starting to look like the Tigers are getting more comfortable at the plate, especially for guys like Derek Hill, who in a run game in the bottom of the 3rd inning makes the most out of a pitch that he likes and sends it deep into left field, and it bounces off the glove of the Twins outfielder Kyle Garlick. A solo home run ties it up at 1 run apiece. Now, we all know that line in the national anthem, the bombs bursting part. Yeah, well, bombs were bursting off bats today. Jose Miranda answers in the top of the 4th with a 2-run bomb over the left field wall. 372 feet before it landed. But then in the bottom of the 5th, the Candyman, Jeimer Candelario, has been sweet at the plate lately. And with Jonathan Schoop on second, he bloops one into shallow center. That'll bring Schoop home to retake the lead as the Tigers are going to win it 75 the final. They've now won 4 out of their last 5 games. So manager A.J. Hinch, did you like what you saw from your hitters today?
Yeah, of course. No, good. It was a good day offensively. Great collection of at-bats. We put the ball in play. Not always hard, but it just the game is action, and we created some innings. Had some big hits, had some 2-out hits, hit the ball at the ballpark, drove the ball to the fence with some extra base hits. I thought we ran the bases very effectively. So there was a lot to like today, and we could have been better, obviously, but it's also nice to kickstart a long series against a team with a win.
In college baseball, the Michigan Wolverines had a miraculous weekend in the Big Ten baseball tournament. If they didn't win the whole thing, their season would have been over. Instead, they knocked off the top 4 teams in the conference to win their 10th tournament title in program history. With today being Selection Monday, the Wolverines found out where they'll be starting their run in the NCAA tournament. Michigan men will be heading down to Louisville, Kentucky in the Louisville Regional. Joining them will obviously be the University of Louisville, then the University of Oregon and Southeastern Missouri. Michigan will take on Oregon first on June 3rd at 7 p.m. And junior pitcher Jacob Denner knows his squad is ready for any challenge.
I think that not many people outside the locker room thought we had it in us. Like you said, some tough losses this year. But it really just shows the toughness of this team. Every time we got knocked down, we got right back up. And I think that, again, credit to the coaches, the whole fall just training to get as tough as we possibly can for moments like that.
Well, speaking of guys from Michigan going on to the next round, former Grand Ledge basketball star Al Horford helped his Boston Celtics beat the Miami Heat in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals last night. And that smile says it all, because Horford is moving on to his first NBA Finals in 15 seasons playing in the pros. As for his contributions in Game 7, he only had 5 points. We had a game-high 14 rebounds, and none was bigger than the one right after what would have been Jimmy Butler's game-winning 3 with 18 seconds left. The Celtics would hit their free throws to win Game 7, 100-96. Horford was understandably emotional afterwards, because after 141 playoff games, he's finally going to the NBA Finals. And after the win, he reflected on what it took for his Celtics to get the job done.
Man, first of all, honor and glory to the Lord for putting us in this position. Grinding. We stayed with it. We believed in each other. We made a commitment on the defensive end. That was the biggest thing, defending, and that was going to be our identity. And that's what's carried us this far.
And speaking of guys trying to move on in the playoffs, former Michigan State hockey player Rod Brind'Amour, who's currently the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, was in Game 7 against the New York Rangers in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. This game just went final a couple of minutes ago. The Rangers dominated the Hurricanes in this one, 6-2 the final. Carolina season has come to an end, while the New York Rangers move on to the Eastern Conference Finals to take on the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Well, speaking of some lightning, we'll be right back with a final look at your forecast, so stay with us.